Yo guys, what is up? We are at episode 20 of Days, and we have 4 more episodes to go, and I'm not ready to say goodbye to this series because especially how the later half of the series has started to hype up greatly, and seeing where Seiseki has gone and the fact that our main character Tsukamoto has grown so much, and it's going to be hard to say goodbye to this series. But right now, Seiseki is in quite a pinch because they lost all 3 arrows: Mizuki, Kazuma, and Oshiba. Now, Mizuki, in Mizuki's place, um, he got 2 yellow cards. So in soccer, that automatically makes you suspended for a game. The reason why he got a yellow card is because I think the first time he kicked the ball into the goalie's hand or something like that sort, and the second time was when one of the players in the early half of the episode we have where they were playing the game in the worst conditions. Outside was terrible. It was raining. The turf was muddy and slippery, so anybody can end up injured. And the team they were going against was using that to their advantage, so they were injuring Seiseki team members while they were on the field. This caused Oshiba to have like a gash in his head and also to have a swollen foot as well as a tear tendon in his foot, so he cannot play for some time. And of course, what happened back in the second practice game with Kazuma injuring his foot, so those two are out. And one of the players tried to injure Kimishida to take him out of the game. That's when you saw the inner lion in Mizuki come out, which was very terrifying. And what he did was he grabbed one of the players, dragged him back in, just put him down on the floor, and this caused Mizuki to get that yellow card. So now he's out for the game that they're going to be playing against Keio. Now Keio is a newly formed soccer team versus Seiseki, who has 50 years underneath the belt. They only have 2 years, and it kind of reminded me of Kuroko no Basket. Total different sports, but when you think about it, Saren was a newly formed school, 2 years, and their basketball team was 2 years, and they were practically the underdogs. Everybody did not care for them. People looked down upon them, but they made history and they won the Winter Cup. Now, in this case, if KO was the main team, then they would have been the ones who were trying to make history because that's what they want to do. Everybody's looking on down upon them because they're going against Seiseki, who is a very strong school, and they have a grounded history in their fundamentals in soccer versus KO, which is a newly formed school. So everybody is putting their money on Seiseki. Now, if KO, like I said, if KO was the main team, the main focus of this series, then more than likely they would have beaten Seiseki despite, the large age gap of, their history in terms of soccer. But that is not the case. They are the secondary team, and they must be beaten. Even if Seiseki is not in good condition with losing their 3 arrows and some of their players are injured. So, Seiseki has to run with a gamble at this point, like what they're going to do without their main 3 and how well they're going to be able to do in these games until Mizuki is no longer suspended and Kazuma and Oshiba is fully healed and up to par 100%, and they can join back in the team. Now the game has started between them and KO. The captain at this point, the substitute captain is Yusui, and we have other characters coming in to play the field, and of course Tsukamoto is in the starting line. But what I liked what happened was Mizuki was not supposed to be where they were changing and supposed to go into the field, but he was going there to give his teammates encouragement. And while he was giving everybody high fives and fist bumps, he came to Tsukamoto and he was at a stalemate. He was like, he didn't know how to encourage Tsukamoto. And then we saw flashbacks where the first time these two met and how Mizuki felt about Tsukamoto joining the team. From the first time he saw Tsukamoto doing the back and forth running on the field to join the team up until this point. And it was such a touching moment because we saw where Mizuki, instead of giving him a high five or a fist bump or just saying, yeah, do good, he took his fist and he put it to Tsukamoto's heart. And then he walked off. And then he says that he tells Tsukamoto, well, he doesn't tell him, but he's thinking in his head when Tsukamoto says he promised they will win the game for him and the others. In his head, Mizuki was like, our black kid has finally started to look good on you. Just think about that. That their black uniform has started to look really good on Tsukamoto. That Tsukamoto has filled in that spot. He has become an official member, someone that's embedded into Seiseki's history and will continue on forward for the newest generations. And he's going to carry on that torch for future members who will eventually join the Seiseki's soccer team. And that was like a really touching moment. So hopefully, despite the setbacks for Seiseki, they will win this game. Even though it's a new school, they cannot, let things slide, because this is the last year for the third years, and they cannot, waste all that they did go to waste. So let's just hope that they win this game and keep moving forward, and hopefully that our characters come back full force and show them that Seiseki is not a school to be messed with. So that was practically it. A very good episode. Can't wait for the matchup between them and Keio. If you guys saw this week's episode of Days, episode 20, do drop a comment down below on how you felt about this week's episode. The links are in the description box as always, so you guys go check that out. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!